All right, guys, let's do another tracking update quickly on BTC. This one should be a little shorter than the S&P 500. Went a little off the rails, but that's all right. It's good because that's it's how you should be looking at different levels, right? So if you watch the S&P 500 video, look at the different levels, go to the higher level. When in doubt, zoom out and just put some thoughts into where your key levels might be in the long term and in the future, which is what we've done on Bitcoin. So for anyone who hasn't been watching, we've been tracking Bitcoin to pull back to 20K. I don't want to say crash because a crash is a very specific thing. And frankly, I think the term crash is used incorrectly lately and used too often. And it's part of the 24-hour fucking news cycle of doom and gloom. If it bleeds, it leads, and all that bullshit. And it's just, it's a crash. No, it's not a crash. A crash is, arguably what it sounds like. It's a crash. You look at it and you say, oh yeah, that's a crash. Anyway, enough fucking rambling. So what we're doing, for anyone who's new, we're tracking Bitcoin to drop to 20K. And the reason for that is because 20K, you look over here, right? This blue line, 20K was a previous all-time high in the last bull market. And when we broke out of that 20K, we never retested it. So we need to retest 20K before we can have any new all-time highs and have Bitcoin go to the moon and everything else. So that's what we're watching for. Now we have this yellow box here just as a little visual guide, because what we also have is a long-term channel, and this is channel support crossing the 20K level. So that is a magnetized point for price to get to, right? A magnetized point. It wants to go probably to here. Will it actually go there? No, but it's going to go to 20K. Going to go to 20K. I think it'll go to 20K and probably touch this channel support, maybe not necessarily at this exact point, really. That's all. All right, but let's take a look at what we've been watching. So firstly, we're looking at monthly level. We had a double top support level here is here. When this double top breaks, this actually takes us in, technically it takes us into the teens. Excuse me, into the teens. But that could potentially just be a wick for the 20K retest. But this is the key point, is that our recent move, or we're in May right now, our recent move has tested the double top support level. So we are at an important point. So let's go down to weekly. We're tracking this at the weekly level generally. So I know there's kind of a lot going on here. I won't go over everything. If you've been watching the vid, great. If not, maybe go back and watch some of the other BTC vids I had. Quick one, our double top here has a head and shoulder pattern within it at the weekly level, which we broke out of, retested, and we've rolled over. We also have something of a bearish flag pattern here for this retest pattern of the head and shoulders. So it's fractals on fractals on fractals on fractals. It's structures on structures, racks on racks on racks. We've broken out of that bearish flag pattern, right? And which is what we expected. You can see by these arrows. I thought we would bounce down to here and then bounce back up, retest the flag, and roll over. We went even further, okay? So I'm just going to get rid of some of these. We went even further, retested the double top support, spiked into this zone that we've been watching for, this zone of importance. What is this zone of importance? It is the combination of the double top support level and the estimated target of the head and shoulders level. Okay, or sorry, the head and shoulders structure, right? So we just have, we're just in the middle there. So we expected it to go into that middle. It's gone into that middle. The interesting thing is that this held up a lot better than the stock market, in my opinion. We bounced off the double top support. We've closed above it at this point. I actually think that we see some shorter term bullishness. I think there's a potential that this could move back up to retest this what is essentially a bearish flag pattern, A, B, C, D breakout, bearish flag pattern, which makes up the retest of the head and shoulder structure. Racks and racks and racks. Shorter term bullishness potentially to retest the flag pattern, and then we roll over and we will see how low can we go. But are we going to break through the double top support? Are we going to break through that head and shoulders, the head and shoulders target? Where's it going to go? So generally we expect it to go to 20K, right? And so this little line here is actually the flagpole, right? Target for the bearish flag right here. So all these things are coming together. That takes us down into generally into the teens. These targets aren't perfect because I'm using a log chart, so I think they might be a little off. I was thinking about this the other day, but we're just using them as guides, right? I'm not doing specific trades around these levels. So, or at least around all, not around these smaller levels. 20K, is probably a good point to consider, DCAing down if you have to, if you bought the top. So expectation, retest the bearish flag pattern and continue rolling over, and we need to watch to see how it handles itself at these various levels as we go through. Actually, I can get rid of this level here. Forget that one. Right? So we have key levels. We have the 20K level crossing our channel support here, highlighted just for fun, just to see if we actually call this, if we can call this, let's see, let's put it, tiny little thing. Now, this is what I noticed the other day. This is what's interesting is that the time frame. So if we're going to say that this is a general magnet that it's going towards, the time frame of this is interesting because if you look down at the bottom here, we're talking October, November. Okay. That means we've got what, almost half a year, a little less of this shit just kind of rolling over, and the 24-hour news cycle saying crypto's dead every fucking day, just because it's like it's doing literally what the charts are telling it to, are sort of telling it to do, right? Like it's literally doing everything you would expect in the chart. This is the thing. Like there's nothing crazy going on that is totally unexpected. Now, if this were to have a massive bearish drop off and some crazy shit, sure, yeah, but it's literally doing what it's supposed to do based on movements of the price action and community emotions. All right, so that's what we're watching for, guys. So the next few weeks, I think we might get a bounce, a retest of the bearish flag, and then we're going to continue to roll over until fall, potentially until fall. And that's all for Bitcoin. So thanks, guys. Give a like, subscribe, show me some support. Go follow Cash Daddies. Go follow Chart Daddies. We'll talk soon. Peace.